gonna be the revenge match for FeAge. Conquerors won on Arabia and Chinese war. And as you can see, FeAge has a really nice start, although I think he's actually doing a small mistake here, because you should always take 5 villagers to wood, even if there's a small delay, because then when you get when all 5 of them get the 10 wood food, then you just carry them inside the town center and you get your first villager out a lot faster. It's kind of a little cleaner way to do it, especially if there's lag in the game. Then you should always do it. As you can see, FeAge already tried to drop his food, but because of the lag, it didn't succeed, and he lost some gathering time there. So that is why I personally prefer gathering the first 10 food from the forage bush with 5 villagers.
Okay, I'm back, by the way. I was just curious on your opinion of Doubt and Viper. Like, I know Doubt hasn't actually been playing that much recently, has he? Or unless he's smurfing.
He's been having a small break after the tournament, for sure.
Yeah, I was thinking the same. Would you actually say that Viper has a pretty good chance of beating Doubt now?
Yeah, of course. Viper's a really skilled player, and he just needs more tournament experience and like the tough 1 versus 1 games. And he's been getting them because now he's at top of the rating charts. So
Yeah, yeah.
he will get the most hardest games, and this way he will just become more experienced player. And I think both Jordan and Viper should be able to challenge Doubt for the #1 spot in the near future. I don't, at the moment I don't count Chris into that mix because he's not practicing enough, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Because for me, he's one of those players who really needs to practice a lot to be in the best shape possible.
Yeah, I think I've not been that impressed with Chris that recently. I've watched quite a few of his games, and I just don't think he's got that sort of twinkle that he used to have a few years back. He is one of
Yeah,
I remember him saying he has won more AOC prize money than any other player in history, I think, according to him. Which is really sort of something, isn't it? It wouldn't say that he's necessarily the best, but he's most certainly been around for a long time, and recently I think he's kind of lost that little sparkle.
yeah, I think so too. Well, uh, I wouldn't say that he has lost the sparkle. It's just he has grown up like every one of us have,
Yeah,
and we have our lives and we have lot of stuff to do. So
of course.
I can still see the spark in him, but it's just that when you don't have time to watch recorded games and like you can't ladder through the whole day, it kind of your strategies and your playing style becomes the same. You aren't using as much strategies and as much thought in the game as you have been in the past.
Of
So
course,
that can
yeah,
really
yeah.
hurt. Yeah, and I think that hurts players like Chris, for example, who uses
Yes.
a lot of strategy, whose playing style is based on really good micro
Hmm.
and excellent economic control. And of course, Chris has one of the most phenomenal castle ages uh, compared to any other player. So
Yeah, yeah. I think as well, you could even see that in yourself. You know, when you had that break and you did your road to 2K, got to 2K, got to 2.1, got to
yeah,
2.2, and you played like so many games every day. I know we were all lucky enough that you streamed them all. They were really good to watch. But I think then after that, I think your work commitments was it that slowed your
yeah,
play
yeah.
again and again. And I don't know maybe you've dropped down again to 2K or 2.1, but if you don't practice every single day, you really do sort of drop your skill. As you say,
Yeah.
like Viper
Well,
and such, they can actually go with new strategies just off the fly because they're confident in their ability.
yeah, you develop a feeling in the game when you play a lot. You know exactly what you need to do to make something happen. Uh, that is why playing a lot is kind of the key to my playing style, because I'm one of those players who's not I'm not a robot, and I mix my things a lot. Like I react to what my opponent is doing. I react to the map. So it really hurts me that my build orders are so off after after a longer break. So,
Yeah, of course, yeah.
but I actually got 2,300 while I started
Ah,
playing.
yeah.
Okay, and I'm still 2.2k. It's just the players like Doka or Yellow, uh,
Viper,
uh,
Jordan, obviously.
Viper Jordan. Yeah,
Yeah.
when you start when you start fighting with them on the ladder, it you really need to be in your top save.
Top,
You just
yeah. Of course, yeah,
and,
yeah.
and this is actually a really interesting strategy choice from FeAge here, and I kind of like it with the map that FeAge has now. He can just fall back from his A plan, which is the forward here.
Uh-huh.
He can, if it fails, he can just wall his entire base with stone wall,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
that's a really effective way of playing with Chinese. Although I do not agree with this. Ah, okay, so he's making a fake barrack here, and that's kind of interesting to me. He's trying to make
Oh yeah, I
Viper
see, yeah.
believe
Mm.
this can be a little dangerous for Viper because he sometimes neglects scouting. Oh, he's gonna lose his scout if he. Oh, okay, perfect micro there. He saved it
So
at
so
last
close,
moment.
yeah, so so close. Nice. But yeah, that's he may suspect something's up though. He's probably wondering, well, why has FeAge built a barracks there?
Yeah,
You know, he's
yeah,
probably
I think so
thinking
too.
that's not right. So, but yeah, he's seen that already anyway. He's got a scout right there. FeAge is shouting hacks. He knows he's there, but
Oh, he's gonna. Oh, okay.
he's
He
going with
didn't
a
lose the
forward,
scout.
and yeah, he's lost that, which is
Okay,
not good.
this is a really important factor in high level games. If you have your scout alive uh, in forward battle, it's really gonna make a huge difference if you micro it correctly. And the lag is not even that bad in this game. Oh,
Yeah,
I was already scared for FeAge. He's doing a blind tower, and this is never good. You should never do a
yeah,
blind
yeah,
tower. That's just doesn't work when you're forwarding, and that kind of tells me the inexperience for FeAge in forwarding because
yeah,
this is gonna basically give up the whole meaning of that this will give up what he could have achieved with his forwarding, which would be putting pressure on
yeah,
Viper.
yeah, precisely. I mean, not only has he
Yeah,
wasted that,
exactly. Yeah, do you see this? He didn't
yeah,
even know that Viper was making scouts.
hmm
So if he knew that Viper was making scouts, he could have put this tower in a totally different place,
yeah,
near the stable, for example, and then he could have started hitting the stable with the villagers and killed it off really easily. So
yeah, of
I'm kind of
course, yeah.
disappointed.
And he had that scout there as well. He could have easily just come forward a few more tiles and seen what was there. But yeah, as you say, that tower's almost wasted because obviously it's not actually attacking anything. It's not preventing villagers from gathering. It's not really doing any damage. It is going to protect him from gathering stone here though, which is one kind of bonus to that tower.
Yeah, actually, it's not even doing that properly. So it was
Mm.
kind of
Yeah,
he thought when he saw the spare, he thought that the Viper was going archery ranges to defend
yeah,
against
yeah.
the forward. So
Well, he has
it
got
was
two
kind of a
archery
reaction.
ranges here as well. He does have two here. But he also has this stable, and I imagine Viper may just come with a counter now and try and send some scouts to the back of FeAge's base, perhaps.
Yeah, well, yeah, I think the Viper has all the keys in his hands now to finish this game
Yeah, there's the
really fast.
scouts right there, and FeAge is completing a wall though, so he's aware that that Viper might try and just counter him, like a straight counter. But I don't know, FeAge, he's really constricting himself with these walls. Actually, it's very close walling.
Yeah, one thing I'm worried about is that FeAge hasn't even tried walling the backside of his wood. He's kind of oh, and he gets
Mm,
one villager, really a good snipe from
nice.
FeAge, I mean Viper.
Oh yeah, yeah. He's gonna get. Oh yeah, yeah. He could have got another one there. But yeah, he needs fletching as well. Ideally, if he's going to be going in with skirmishers, they're pretty ineffective if they're only if they're basic, not upgraded at all. If he's trying to
Yeah,
pick off
well,
villagers, definitely.
Yeah, definitely. And I think this is one of the defender's advantage that usually the defender will get, he should get fletching before you.
Yeah.
So especially with stable, getting fletching really fast is a key to success because you can just snipe all the spears with the improved range and improved attack
Yeah.
so much
Yeah.
easier.
Another watchtower now from FeAge. Kind of a better position. He's got two there, trying almost covering the stone on this one on the left. So he's going to be able to gather some more stone at the very least. He may prevent Viper from gathering gold up here if he towers the top. He's
Yeah, it's
definitely going to
true.
go and make another one for sure.
Yeah, he's slowly trying to push through the push to that gold
Yeah.
with the towers, but
Or another option could be to come around the back of this wood camp here and tower that. And that could be quite messy actually if he does do that. We'll have to
yeah, I
see.
totally
He's
agree.
doing a pretty good job actually of keeping the pressure on though. And that's what he wants to achieve. He's moving
Yeah,
to
definitely.
archers now as well.
Yeah, I think he want. Oh, it's
Watchtower
quite an
there.
odd position for the tower for Viper.
Hmm. It's below the tower from FeAge as well, I think. Oh no, no, it's not. It's even ground.
Yeah, personally, I would have wanted to position it on the hill near the gold because then you can
Yeah,
protect one wood spot, for
yeah.
example. You could like secure one big wood spot on the
Of course,
up.
yeah. Now it's going to be hard for Viper because if FeAge gets this tower up on the gold, then he's going to prevent Viper from gathering this gold here, firstly. And also, if he towers the back of this wood down to the south, he may just be able to pressure this wood at the top enough as well to
Yeah,
really... There we go, you can actually see he's got another lumber camp there.
yeah, there it is. He wisely pulls the villagers from the wood to bring down the tower. So
Yeah,
it's now an easy. This is a free army for FeAge. I mean for Viper to kill now.
definitely,
And
yeah,
if he
definitely.
takes his scouts from the stable to assist, it's gonna be even easier for him.
Mhm.
And I'm pretty sure the Viper's now gonna just roll through all these towers and clean this forward entirely. So this would be a good time for FeAge to wall up.
Yeah,
And
fullback.
yeah,
And advance. He's making a stable back at his base. That's going to give him some maneuverability with some scouts if he decides to do that. There we go, scouts coming out right there, and he's going to be looking now probably to try and get up to the castle age after he's walled as well.
yeah, I think FeAge's plan is that he knows that Vipers is not on gold, so he's not gonna have archers anytime soon.
Yeah,
So he's moving to scouts, and that's a
yeah,
really cool. That's really like a cool way of playing Feudal Age. When you force the other player to play some specific tech tree, like going fully skirmishers and totally forbidding going archers, then this kind of play is really smart and
uh-huh.
it's a good way to play.
Yeah, he's also bought himself some time as well. He's retreating back to his base with his archers and skirmishers, and he's actually still creating archers back over here. What do you actually think to this? He's creating archers when he knows that Viper's all skirmishers. Surely it would make more sense for him to save that gold and just make skirmishers back here instead.
No, actually, archers and scouts work really well together against skirmishers, and the reason is
Mm.
that with the archers, you all the time you're sparing food for the scouts
Yeah,
when you're
true.
making
Yeah.
archers. You don't have to sacrifice any food, like for example when you're doing skirmishers. And you can spend that food to making scouts, and archers in great numbers deal actually really good damage against spares, and then
Spearmen, yeah, of course.
yeah,
They
and as you
save
can
the scouts, don't they? Yeah.
yeah, and as you can see, Viper also has a stable, so he probably will add skirmish, I mean scouts,
Yeah.
and scout skirmisher combo should always lose to archer scout combo
Yeah.
because your archers will eat the enemy's scouts so fast that his skirmishers will be exposed to your scouts.
Yeah, of course,
Uh,
yeah. And
so
also,
that's
archers are good at picking off villagers, a lot better than skirmishers are.
Yeah,
As
for
well as you
sure,
can
for
see
sure.
there, like he's picking off quite a few villagers from this gold, preventing Viper again from gathering any gold up here. So Viper, if he wants to go castle at this stage, might have to go. Oh no, he's got gold at the front here. Look, yeah, he has got gold there.
Yeah.
But
I
as
can
you
still
say,
see a lot of holes in Viper's play against forward. It really shows that Viper is not that experienced playing against forwards. For example, when you see
yeah, for
Scout
instance, yeah,
playing
yeah,
against forward, it just shows that he has played against the most powerful forwarders in the whole history of Age of Empires.
yeah.
Oh, this is gonna be
Also,
a really huge battle here. If he
yeah,
gets a good hit on the skirmisher with his scouts
he
and a
can,
good
yeah.
surround, it's gonna be huge for FeAge.
He can clean it up afterwards with the archers as well, as you say. And also, as well, this game is really just proving your point in the last game, where you said that forwarding often leads to a longer feudal age war than going, you know, back and staying back and just going for a castle age, as you say.
Yeah, it's basically the way you break your enemy's game.
Mm,
You break it so that he just can't act like a robot, and
yeah,
and
definitely.
it really requires a really high level of understanding of the game to go like past castle age when you're being forwarded. You you need to have like perfect timings
Yeah,
if you want
yeah.
to do a fast castle age against forward. And as you can see, Viper
Viper
was already
Castle, yeah,
going castle age. Yeah, this is Viper style. He always does this, and
yeah,
this will be a big weakness for him in the
yeah.
future because people will figure this out.
Yeah, and FeAge is going to be a while till he manages to get up to castle now. He's obviously can't just neglect his feudal age army, otherwise he's going to have a real tough time defending back at base. He needs to slow the Viper down whilst he can get up to the 800 food, 200 gold, so he can actually advance up and start to draw things level. So going to
Yeah,
be
I
pretty
agree.
tough, yeah. But I think
And
Viper actually, sorry not Viper, FeAge actually engaged very badly with those archers and with the scout cavalry here because he left his archers in between these two watchtowers and the watchtowers just cut them down to they cut them to bits.
yeah, definitely. I think his control is really breaking up now.
Yeah,
Especially player who's massing knights against the feudal age army, you can't lose the critical mass that you need to kill one knight. Like you need to kill the knights really fast,
uh-huh,
otherwise it gets out of hand. The damage output from the knights gets too big, and you will just lose your army,
yeah,
army after army after army, and you can't spare any army for raiding, which is really important in a
yeah.
feudal against castle age fight.
I've got to say though, he's,
Actually, FeAge is still doing
yeah,
damage, so this is not totally over, because FeAge is still doing really nice damage, and it seems that Viper is actually out of gold, because
yeah,
he's adding some scouts, I believe.
scouts and he's,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, he's adding scouts, so Viper is still in trouble.
Yeah, I've got to say as well, he's actually forced Viper off of gold again. Even though Viper has these two watchtowers here, he's still not gathering gold. So as you say, he is running low on gold, which does mean that even though he's in the Castle Age, he should have the advantage. But without gold, he hasn't because he can't make knights, which is really the power of the Castle Age.
Yeah, definitely, and I don't know, FeAge's economy control is really breaking up now.
Yeah, he's not
I
replenished his
don't
lumber
like what I see at
camps
his
or
base.
anything.
He doesn't take care of his. And if Viper gets this tower on his goal, it's gonna be really huge for Viper, because that will make it possible for him to make the knights, and that makes his castle age so much stronger.
Yeah, and he can just go and counter back at FeAge's base. Of course, FeAge, he has got this wall, but if the Viper does send knights at him, these villagers on the far left and the far right are gonna take so many losses. They won't be able to get back to the town centre in time, so gonna be really tough for him to actually counter that. He's still pressuring this gold over here though, keeping it. Oh, sorry, keeping the Viper from collecting, though I think Viper now with these three towers will actually be able to get back on there and, as you say, start gathering gold. I do think though that FeAge may just be able to reach the Castle Age in time.
I don't think so. If each was able to forward a tower at Viper's Gold and
Yeah,
perhaps one of the woods, then it would be a totally different game, and each would still have a really good chance against Viper.
yeah.
But at this situation, Viper shouldn't lose anymore. Because now he can just he has a walled base himself,
Uh-huh.
so he can just move to total raiding mode and just raid FeAge's
Yeah.
farms and FeAge's
Oh.
wood and everything that's.
Uh, there we go.
And as you can see, there
Yeah,
we
there we
go.
go. First raid coming in. As I said as well earlier, these villagers are going to take big losses because they can't get back to the town centre in time. He's going to be able to pick off 3 or 4 villagers right here. You can already hear them dying, look. And also as well, FeAge is starting to wall though now. He needs to get this wall completed before the knights come in, and it's already a little late as the scout cavalries are already causing losses for him. Score-wise though, they're not actually that far apart, only 500 between them, but now Viper is starting to get out knights, it could be a whole different story. Of course he can, as you say, just switch to raiding mode, which he is doing. Knights coming in at the back as well, not good at all.
Yeah, there's nothing to defend against this knight. The game is over.
Yeah. He is going to reach castle, but he doesn't have enough gold now to actually make many knights. And if the Viper just keeps sending knights over to this gold pile here, he won't be able to get enough gold either. So, I have to say, still trying to raid with his scout cavalries, but they're really not actually that effective anymore. There are quite a few knights on the field, getting a watchtower up at that wood there, but I think Viper will be able to probably kill him off right there as well. Although that knight's really low, he's actually taken out, he's actually safe at the back of his base. Up to the castle age he goes, knights come... Oh, camels! Camels!
Yeah, Camel's coming, but I think the real
Nice.
problem is that Viper has access to stone, and he will probably start adding town centers really soon, and then
Yeah,
he will
definitely.
just skyrocket ahead of FeAge's economy, because he had untouched economy behind his walls for food and like food and wood, so
Yeah,
I
definitely.
think his economy should be in a great shape.
Should be. He's actually still managing to get scouts into his base though. Both of them just getting cut to bits. He's actually making a monastery right now as well, so we'll probably see a couple of monks from him. That's Viper, by the way, not FeAge. And scale barding armor, going for his upgrades now on his cavalry. Of course, he didn't have the upgrades before. He has got bloodlines, which,
Yeah, upgrade-wise, FeAge is still in a good position. He has
yeah,
+1 attack for his camels. He doesn't have the defense, but he has bloodlines still. He needs to fix his economy, that's for sure, because at the moment it's basically a one-base food economy.
yeah,
Uh,
definitely.
I don't like the positions for his gold
Yeah, I'm
mines.
just thinking that. I mean, this back one here, there's no way he's going to get a town centre on that. He could town centre this forward here, though. So he's in between the wood and the gold. That may just work. And,
Yeah,
of
well,
course, he's got this stone down here, which he's not gathering yet. So, actually, no, he's just got some stone. Is he... Oh, yeah,
yeah,
he's
well,
gathering at the front, look, here. I didn't notice that.
yeah, I think FeAge is lacking a plan at the moment. He doesn't
Hmm.
really have a good plan for him at the moment, because it's just one of his options would have been to like bomb rush the gold of Viper, and through this just start hammering Viper with the pikemen, camels, knights, and then add siege workshop and start making rams and
Of course,
mangonels.
yeah, yeah. Although I
Because this,
honestly think if he fights Viper's army right now that Viper does have in open ground, he might just be able to beat that. Pretty even on
yeah, and
numbers.
it's a really valuable army when you think about it. It
Yeah,
has knights and camels, and then FeAge has only few camels, and then the rest of it is
Spearman.
pikemen.
Yeah, Pikeman, yeah. But obviously, FeAge can't get too close to these watchtowers. The camels will get cut down very quickly. And I just noticed Viper actually sending some camels over to FeAge's base. I think he may have missed that. So Viper may just come around the back here, where FeAge is building his new town centre at the back, and hit that over there.
Oh, this is gonna be really annoying for Viper if he can't get this town center up.
Yeah, he may just stop it actually.
Yeah, he will stop it.
Yeah.
There's no other way. Unless he
Oh
gets
no
the
no no!
flash arrow. He gets
Oh,
it.
so close.
A good, really good snipe. Really worth the skirmishers here. So
Yeah.
it was a good snipe.
But he does still have one villager building right there. And there comes the camel, oh, the knights from Viper. Not good,
Yeah, it's
raiding his eco more and more, having to send units back to protect his home base as well.
yeah, yeah. This raiding is a really good option for Viper. Oh, and he's gonna look.
Getting through
Oh,
to the
he
back.
tried to be smart and lure 2 knights with 1 scout away from his raiding units, but it didn't work.
But as a great raiding though, absolutely great raiding. Gonna kill off a load of villagers at the back here. Gonna be able to hit these gold villagers as well. And of course he does have
Yeah,
+2 defense, which is great for raiding.
yeah. I think the best raiding I have ever seen was from Doubt and then for Halen for sure.
Oh yeah.
Halen is one of the greatest raiders of all time.
I
And
showed
then
some...
KM had really good rating also.
Yeah.
He focuses one villager at a time with 1 knight, and before you even notice, he has killed like 6 villagers with 3 knights in just a
Yeah.
short moment.
I actually showed some Coven and Halen games on the channel quite recently, and it was so obvious how good Halen was at actually raiding. It was really good to watch. But obviously, he needs to mix in knights with his camels as well, obviously, because knights are not good for raiding at all. Camels are simply a counter to knights, but for raiding they're absolutely useless. Turn sound volume down.
Yeah, definitely, and I think FeAge is working without a plan here. I don't know why he's trying to catch up economically when it was already an impossible mission at the
Yeah.
start. So he should have just went for the all-in as he should have, because now he doesn't really have any guns to tear down Viper's base.
Yeah, also as well, I think right now he's got to do something different. He can't just play a standard game because Viper is very far ahead at the moment. And I
Yeah, I
don't
don't
know,
know.
he's going to have to do something different.
Yeah,
So,
definitely. He at the moment he's not even playing his map. He didn't like take notice of the form of his map. He can't really place town centers in any good place, like a smart place.
yeah,
So
of
I think
course, yeah.
he's kind of playing a bit nervous, and he didn't check his map before he went to this game.
Yeah.
Or
He's
before he
actually,
went deeper into this game.
he really is trying to catch up with his economy now though. With 4 town centre going up on this stone back here, well the stone and the wood, I think it would be nice to see a castle from him.
Yeah, that would have been one of the things that could have brought him back into the game,
Yeah.
but it's kind of late situation now.
Ooh, yeah, and he just lost 3 knights to the monks of Viper there as well, so Viper doing a great job
Yeah,
with those. And it looks like
yeah. I think it
FeAge,
was kind of bad trade for
yeah.
Peach.
He's upgraded light cavalry, interestingly enough. He's not making any light cavalry, but he's upgraded it. So he has got some kind of trash to make if he needs to. But
Yeah,
upgrade-wise,
possibly saving the gold for some other unit. It might
yeah,
be the archers because he's building the archery ranges now, but
yeah.
we'll have to see what he has on his mind because he's not taking stone at the moment, which is kind of
No, yeah.
surprising in a Chinese war, and especially with these hills. But
Yeah, he's going to go start taking stone now at this new town centre on the left. The gather point is set to the stone. I suppose it's more safe than this one at the front. But upgrade-wise, he is a little bit further behind. He's lacking the +2 defense, and they're saying that so is Viper. I'm sure he had +2, but never mind. I could have
yeah, I
swore
think
he had
these
+2.
pikemen are just a temporary solution for Viper. He's
Yeah,
just trying to play it safe because now he's thinking like, what is the thing that can kill me? Then he thinks, okay, if he loots knights from those 3 stables, he might actually caught me off guard and take me off gold. So he's
yeah,
just making the pikemen to secure his game further ahead.
yeah. FeAge is actually starting to make crossbowmen now. What do you think about that choice? I think it's quite interesting. Oh, hoo, hoo. These monks getting a few conversions down here. Not good for FeAge at all. Losing
Yeah,
3
yeah,
knights just
definitely.
there. Oh, good raid over on his wood though. Very nice. Good scouting there, taking out some extra villagers. But what do you think to his choice about making crossbowmen?
Well, personally, I don't like the option in this situation. It could work if he was pushing,
Yeah.
but at the moment I don't see any sign of aggression. So in the long run, they're gonna lose to Chakanu. So
And
I
there's a
don't, I don't
castle.
really, I don't agree with it.
There's a castle from Viper as well, and also as well, I think it's maybe a little bit late to start making them because it doesn't make that much sense against knights because you need quite a lot of them to actually kill knights off quite easily. And I think the most common
Yeah,
situation when you see crossbowmen is when you've had a long feudal war, you've got a load of archers left over, and it's just common sense to upgrade them. But actually choosing to make them now is kind of interesting.
yeah. Well, I think Viper is probably already going up to Imperial Age, and FeAge was afraid that Viper would push him with the pikeman army. So then it kind of
Yeah.
makes sense that he wanted to make the X moment to secure the 2 stones that he has forward to make a triple later on. But I don't think this is like a real aggression from Viper. I think he's already upgrading to Imperial Age.
Yeah, that could be the case. Of course, he has got this castle back here as well, so Chukonu's a very real possibility. I think, yeah, coming in with a ram now as well. I think actually, FeAge could take out these. Bear with me a second. Yeah, I think FeAge could actually start to take out these pikemen here, but I don't know. Actually, no, he's not. He may not have enough. He may not have enough. He's making skirmishes as well, which is kind of weird, and a castle at the front also.
Yeah, he hasn't upgraded his skirmishers, at
No,
least not
that's what I
yet.
was
So
thinking as well. Interesting choice. He is still doing a pretty good job of raiding with these knights though, and I can see Chuko Nu from Viper already. Mangonel coming out also to take out these battering rams pretty quickly.
yeah, I think he's reading the situation a bit wrong. Uh, he seems to think that this is the main aggression from Viper,
hmm
when I actually feel like that he's just like building up his forces behind this, making a good economy, getting gold mines, and making castles to get a bigger Chakanu army.
Perhaps, but look at his military, not his military score, just look at his score. That's a pretty big army right there. This could be the main aggression actually. Though I do agree he will be working on his economy. I don't know if he's actually going up Imperial yet, because that is quite a lot of units right there as well. But as you can
Yeah, well,
see, a lot of light cavalry coming out as well. Or no, he just
yeah,
cancelled them.
we actually don't know if Viper had 3 straight town centers after he went castle age. So we can't really know how big his economy is
Yeah.
at the moment.
But he is getting seriously ahead in score right now, and yeah, this town centre is lost. I think.
He needs to fix the town center. Repair
No,
it, Feed.
it's gone. It's gone. No chance.
Yeah,
He's gonna lose
it's
those
gone, man.
villagers, and this is GG. This has got to be GG. There really isn't anything you can do against that right now. Making another castle at the back. Maybe he thinks he can hold on, but
Yeah, well, he can still hold this without problems if he just gets the hill on the north side. But
yeah,
at the moment, his army's position is kind of wrong for that.
he's lost way too much army as well. Look at he had 100, 130 population. He's just lost 31 right there. Half of his eco has just been wiped out. Really not good for him. If Viper comes and raids on the other side, there really isn't a lot he can do against that. And it's just too much inside of his base right now. Starting to make some Chuko Nu. He's really desperate not to give in, which is fair enough, I suppose. But he's going to have a tough time holding against that.
Yeah, if FeAge can't hold this push uphill, then he should GG right away, because this position for FeAge is so superior compared to Viper.
Yeah, that's true. Viper is attacking uphill most of the way, which is kind of handy. This castle at the back, what do you think to that? It's not really protecting all that much. Oh, there we go. He's GG'd it right there.
GG.
Yeah. He knows this castle is lost at the front. There's 2 rams coming in, and very well played. Very, very well
Yeah,
played.
definitely. Yeah, definitely. I really, although there was a lot of mistakes from both sides, and I really feel like FeAge should do some forwarding practice, like play for 2 months only forwarding and trying to find out the weaknesses and pros and cons in forwarding
Yeah, yeah.
because yeah, that forward
Mm.
was kind of bad.
Definitely. Well, it wasn't terrible. It could have been better, but I've got to say that was probably one of the best games of the day actually today. Really enjoyable game that was.
Yeah, it
Well
was a
played,
nice
well
game.
played. And also as well, that was the main attack from Viper, which is kind of an army out of nowhere. So, um, kind of interesting there.
Yeah, well, when you look at his economy, you realize that he was really, really far ahead.
Yeah,
And I really love how uh, Viper has spread his army and buildings and economy a bit, because
mm.
sometimes when people are under pressure, they just clump up with a small hold. They don't have a vision of the map, and all their economy is in one place. So if they raid your economy at one place, your whole economy paralyzes at the same moment. So
Yeah,
I really like the way he spread his economy.
definitely. Yeah, it was good. If they want to play another one, I'm tempted to even do another